If you're watching this video, you're probably poor. You've probably watched a million motivational videos, you've watched a million YouTube videos on business, yet you still haven't started what you want to start, whatever that may be. And I'm not in the mood to be filtered, I'm not really in the mood to be nice, so I'm gonna tell you the truth about why you're poor and then how to fix it. Because I've been poor, I've been rich, I know what I had to change, I know what worked for me, and I've also seen a lot of people do the same things I did to get out of a rut, get out of being poor, get out of that horrible, horrible lifestyle of just not having anything you want. I've been there, right? But you need to change things. You need to do certain things to get out of that situation, because the truth is, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And it sounds like the most cliche, stupid quote there is, but it's true. Think about it. If you haven't changed any of your actions in the past, however long you've been in the situation you're in, nothing's going to change. And I'm going to tell you what I changed. I'm going to tell you what worked for me. And we're going to start this off by telling you why you are poor. So there's a few reasons you're poor. It could be one of multiple reasons. And the most likely one is that you're lazy. Now, I don't even view myself as that disciplined, and I still outwork literally everybody. I have basically upped my threshold, upped my standard of what laziness is, so that I have to hit a certain benchmark every single day before I'm even able to sleep, before I'm even able to look at myself in the mirror and not feel like a complete piece of shit. Now, this being lazy goes along with your standards, and this is one of the biggest reasons people stay poor. People's standards are so low, man. It's unbelievable to me. I see people, right? They want to make money, they want to get rich, and they have no plan. And when you look at their day-to-day life, when you look at how they're moving, just how they're operating, they have no standard for themselves. They might work on something for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then they're back to TikTok, back to watching TV. They might be locked in for 3-4 days, but as soon as Friday or Saturday hits, they gotta go to that party. They gotta go chase those girls. They go back to their old lifestyle. And the reason people are lazy is because they have no standard. And the best way to change that, the best way to up your standard, is by moving around people who have done it, by moving around people who are successful. Because when you do this, at least what it did for me, is I see how much more work these people, these successful people, were putting in than me. I was doing nothing compared to these people. I thought you just had to click a few buttons on your phone and you'd get rich. And in reality, that's all you have to do. But these people who are at the top of their game, these people who are simply outworking you, are making more money than you. They're more successful than you. They have a prettier girlfriend than you. They have a nicer car than you. They have a better house than you. They simply have a better life than you because they're working harder, and that goes in turn with having a higher standard. So what it really comes down to is that you are lazy, and the reason you're lazy is because you've been surrounded by lazy people your whole life. I didn't understand what hard work was until I started meeting people who were making money. I thought that, how hard my parents were working, how hard, everyone in my hometown was working, how hard my friends were working, was just the societal norm. But I had this reality shift, or this mindset shift where I realized if I do what everybody else does, I'm going to get normal results. If I do normal things, I'm going to get normal results. And it's the same thing for you. Like, you expect that you're going to get rich. Everybody watching this video, if I ask, are you going to get rich? They're going to say, yeah, right? But the reality is you're not. 9 out of 10 people, more than that, probably 19 out of 20 people watching this are not going to become rich. They're going to keep watching these videos. You're going to watch me. You're going to watch Tate. You're going to watch Iman Gadzhi. You're going to watch all these people online, and you're simply never going to change your life. It's just math, right? They call it the top 1% for a reason. And if we go based off that, 99 out of 100 of you are not going to become successful and are not going to become rich. So it's like you have this self-delusion, which to a degree is good. But a lot of people have so much delusion and they're so arrogant that they think they don't have to put work in. They think that they're just magically going to become rich one day. And the truth is, it's just simply never going to happen. If you don't make any changes, you keep living the way you're living, you're going to keep getting those same results, and you're going to have your whole life fly by you, and you're never going to achieve your goals. Your dad's going to ask, or when he sees a Lamborghini drive by, your kid is going to ask when you're a dad, Dad, why don't you have a Lamborghini? Dad, I want to get in a car like that. Dad, why don't you have this? Why don't you have that? And you're going to have to look at your kid in the face and be like, you know what? I could have had that, but I didn't take action. I could have had that, but I had to go to the bar on Friday. I could have had that, but I had to chase this girl who doesn't even want me anyway because I'm a loser. You're going to have to tell your kid that, or you're going to have to lie to him. That's up to you. But the reality is, if you don't change anything, you're not going to get any changes. If you don't start taking action on things that are important, if you don't go all in on something, you're never going to get results. And the beautiful thing about life that I've learned going from zero to a millionaire at 19 years old is that the only things worth having are what come from difficult situations. The only things in life that are worth having are hard, right? Like, the reason the top 1% are just getting rich and being successful is dope is because no one else has it. You get to go out and flex. It's what masculine men want to do. It's what men have always done. Male peacocks have feathers, right? Like, there's a reason that kings of old used to wear purple. There's a reason that gold and diamonds are a status symbol. It's because not a lot of people have them. Men want to flaunt to other men. And if you think that isn't true, if you think flexing is bad, if you think you don't want to flex, you just want to be one of those weirdos that has $10 million in the bank and has a Toyota Corolla, then that's up to you. And you're probably a loser, and you're probably a word I can't say on YouTube. But if you are a normally masculine man, if you have any sort of healthy testosterone level, you want to get rich because you want things that other people don't have. You want a prettier girlfriend than everybody else. You want a better family than everybody else. You want nicer cars than everybody else. You want a better house than everybody else. You want to be better than everyone else. That's what I want. And if you don't have that sort of complex in your mind, if you don't have that sort of, ego, that's exactly what it is. If you don't have that ego, you're never going to make it. So it's like, you need to tie your ego to your standard. And the reason people's standard is so low, aka people are so lazy, is because they have no standard. They don't have a big enough ego. You might have a big ego that isn't backed by anything. You may think you're going to get rich in the future, but you move like other people. If your ego was as powerful as it needs to be, you wouldn't be lazy. If your ego was as big as it should be, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night until you put the amount of work in that you need to become successful. The reason I'm successful is because I thought I deserved to be successful. I always knew I was going to be rich. I just didn't know how. And the only time I actually started to become rich, started to make money, is when I took action. I was 17 years old when I started my business as a sports content creator, and I hadn't taken action on anything in my entire life. I was a loser. I was in high school. I was a complete loser. I had that ambition, that false ego that everybody has, that thought I was going to be rich in the future, which luckily that came to fruition. But at the time, I didn't do anything, and luckily an opportunity came across me, an opportunity where I had to put money up, buy a program to learn what I do now, spend $3,000 out of the $4,000 I had on becoming a sports content creator and learning this business. And I took the biggest risk of my life, which was putting all of my money into that and going against what my friends said, going against what my parents said. My dad wanted me to shut down that business, going against everything, and just being that lone wolf, being an entrepreneur while in high school, and everybody, just clowning me all the time for posting content. So I did that. I took that risk. I went all in on it. I looked at the competition, and I saw that all these other creators were posting once a day, maybe once every 2 days, maybe once every 3 days, maybe once a week if they were really lazy. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take this shit over. I'm going to post 4 times a day and not stop until I got rich. And that's exactly what happened. For the first few months, I was posting 4 videos a day, every single day like clockwork. I did not miss a day. That was my standard. No matter what, I was going to post 4 videos a day. It doesn't matter how I felt, doesn't matter how much sleep I got the night before, it doesn't matter what I got going on. I'm going to get those done. Right? And I did that. And the first 3 months, I didn't see any results. But after that 3rd month, my page started to take off. I kept posting 4 videos a day. I was studying the top creators in my industry. I was getting better. I was learning. I was just getting smarter about what I was doing. And I kind of perfected, how to go viral with sports content. And then after those 3 months, my page went from 0 to 75K followers. And then after those 3 months, football season started. And then 3 months after that, I made 150K profit in a month. So 0 to 150K profit in a month in 9 months. 0 in March of 2023 when I started my page, Fantasy Football Rocket. You can look me up on Instagram. To December of that same year, I made $150,000 profit in my business. Why? Because I went all in and I had a standard high enough that was higher than everybody else's. If you are not willing to outwork people, if you think that you're magically just going to get things handed to you, you are never going to be rich. You're never going to make it. It's math, right? If you don't put in more than other people, you are going to get the same results as other people. So to recap where we're at so far, the reasons you're poor are A, because you're probably lazy, and B, because your ego isn't high enough. So You need to stop being lazy, aka up your standard, and you need to up your ego as well. If your ego is big enough where that you just want to have everything, you think you deserve to have a Ferrari, you think you deserve to be rich, you think you deserve to have the hottest wife out of anybody, if you think you deserve that, you will work to achieve that. You need to have that ego. You need to have that little bit of narcissism about you. And this may be controversial, right? Oh my God, you're a narcissist. Oh my God, you think you're better than everyone else. Yeah, I do, because I put more work in than everyone else, and because I got better results than everyone else, because I worked harder. And if you think that's offensive, you're probably not meant to be rich, because all these people who have money, right? Trust me, I've met a lot now. You may think, on the outside, they're nice to people. On the outside, they're just the best people ever, right? Like some rich people that you see, these celebrities, they're just the nicest people ever. That is all a psyop. Now, you may, not everybody is the devil. Not everybody is horrible. I'm not trying to manipulate people. I'm not trying to be a horrible person. I think I am a good person. The point is, I do think I am better than other people. That is narcissism by definition. And the reason is, I have worked harder than other people. If someone comes to me, right? I've worked harder than them. I've give my all to my business the last 3 years and are just improving myself. And they're starting from zero. They've never done anything. Why would I look at them as equal? I have suffered when they have not suffered at all. I have gone through the trenches on building myself up, and they have done nothing. And they think that they're at the same level as me. They're not. Can they get to the same level as me? Of course. They might beat me in the long run. I mean, that's probably not going to happen because I don't miss days, but they might. It's possible, right? So yes, they can catch up. Yes, they can be better. And I also see this retrospectively where I look at other people and I'm like, okay, this guy's ahead of me in this game, this business game, this self-improvement game. This guy's above me, this guy's below me. So I can see the people who are also ahead of me, and I'm working to achieve that. And this goes into the next point. If you look at rich people and you think that rich people are bad, you think that rich people are evil, you think that rich people don't deserve to be rich, you are never going to make money. And too many people have these horrible negative mindsets. The reason is your brain, neuroscience backs this. Your brain is a big safety mechanism. So if you look at me, right, you see my supercars on social media, you see the lifestyle, and you think, you know what, that guy's a piece of shit. Maybe you do. That's your opinion. It is what it is, right? Haters make me a good amount of money. So if you think that, thank you. But seriously, if you think that about any rich person, right, any person doing better than you, your brain is going to look at that and say, okay, I don't want to be rich. We are not going to become rich because you are judging that rich person. Your brain, your subconscious mind, when you look at a rich person and say, this guy sucks, your subconscious mind hears, okay, being rich is bad. So your brain is going to identify opportunities and basically create a reality where you stay poor, you stay where you are. And you may think this isn't true, but if I asked you, or if I told you I'd give you $1,000 if you can spot the next 5 red cars in the next 30 seconds on the street, I bet you'd spot those red cars, right? Why? Because you're trying to identify those red cars. That's what your brain is focused on. And if your brain is focused on being rich, opportunities are going to pop up. Boom, boom, opportunity. I can make money here. I can make money here. I can do this. I can do that. Why? Because your brain is fixated on being rich rather than being fixated on hating. So you need to change your thoughts, and you need to stop hating on rich people, and that will segue me into my next point. The law of attraction is 100% real. And what the law of attraction states is that you are what you think about, and you become what you think about. So if you have negative thoughts, aka thinking rich people are bad, but if you think negatively about yourself, if you think that you're a loser, and you think that, you're never going to be rich, and you think all these negative thoughts, you let those consume you, you are going to stay poor. More negative things are going to happen to you. And the reason is your thoughts become your reality. And there's only one way to change this. The only way to change that self-doubt that you have, because I had it when I was 17, I was a loser, and I told myself all the time I was a loser, right? And you probably do the same. The only way to change it is to simply change the way you're acting. The way to change it is to build self-discipline and keep the promises to yourself. The only way you're going to feel good as a man is when you're going after a goal, when you're grinding, when you're locked in on something. And the reason is, for you guys who believe in God like I do, we are made in the image of God. Who is God? God is the ultimate creator, which means if we are made in the image of God, we are meant to be creators. Us as men are meant to build things. We're meant to go after things. So When you're locked in on a business, when you're locked in on improving yourself, you are building a new life. You are building that next chapter. You are building a business. You're building your body, whatever it is. When you are building something, that is when you're going to feel the most peace. That is when you're going to feel the best about yourself. There's a reason after you finish that hard workout that you didn't want to do, you feel great. But when you scroll on TikTok for 3 hours, you feel like shit. It's not a coincidence. It's because you're either wasting your time or you're grinding, improving your future, building something, building a better life for yourself. So the only way to change those negative thoughts and to conquer them into having positive thoughts so that you will actually become what you're thinking about, which is something positive, is by having self-discipline and stacking daily wins. If you want to get rich and you want to start taking action, write down a list of tasks, whatever it is. Maybe you don't even have a business yet, but if you want to get rich, I'll give you a list of tasks right now. Wake up early, go to the gym. Doesn't matter how you feel, go to the gym, get that workout in. Then spend 3 hours studying different businesses, figuring out what you want to pick, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. Do some research. Next, reach out to the richest people you know. Ask them what they think you should do. Like, there's always work you can do. There's always something you can do, even if you don't have a business yet. People are just lazy, right? And there's two types of people watching this video. There's the type of people who are going to not do anything, who are not going to take any action. They're going to click off this and they're going to go watch another motivational video and continue to be poor. They're not going to have a hot girlfriend. They're not going to have a Lamborghini. They're not going to have a Ferrari. They're not going to have a mansion. And then eventually they're going to have kids, and their kids are going to ask them, Dad, why are you a loser? Dad, why do you not have a supercar, but this guy does? And it's going to be me at the school with the supercar picking up my kids. So if you don't want that to happen, you need to change your reality. You need to change your actions, and you need to go all in on something. So since I'm not being nice in this video, and since I'm actually speaking the truth, if you want to not be poor, if you don't want your kid to ask you that in 20 years and you want to actually make money, I am here to save you. Now, do you have to do the business I do? Of course you don't. You're probably not even a good fit for it. But if you want to learn how I got rich, which is through sports content, how I've made all of my money, $1.7 million total at 20 years old, and I went from 0 to 150K profit in a month in 9 months. If you want to learn that same business, I have a program called Sports Creator Academy. Now, the reason sports creators are the best business in the planet, it's the best business model to do in 2025, is because it has the best margins. We work with the best betting apps in the world: Underdog, PrizePicks, Sleeper. So if you're a sports fan, you're probably familiar. And if we get a referral on these apps, right? Say I get someone to sign up for Underdog with my code FFRocket. If they deposit just $10 with my code, I get $100. So you get 10x commission. And basically what I've been perfecting over the last 3 years is how to go viral with sports content, because as you can probably assume, if you have affiliate deals with these billion-dollar betting companies, the more views you get on your content, the more people that see your promo code, the more money you're gonna make. So I have over 250,000 followers on all platforms. I get millions of views every month. And if millions of views are looking at my page, you can probably assume that I get a few thousand signups a month. And every 1,000 signups is $100,000. So that is how I was able to achieve the money I've made. It's paid for my whole lifestyle, my McLaren, my Aston Martin, my life, literally everything, right? So if you want to learn that, there's a free training that I'm going to link below. But like I said, you're probably not a good fit. I don't want to work with losers. I don't want to work with people who aren't serious. I only pick people who are actually ready to hustle. We are a week away from football season, which is when we make the most money. My guy, Fantasy Football Sav, Chad Slavinsky, made 70 grand in a single month last year in December in his first year. Why? Because he used the content systems we have in Sports Creator Academy. He built up a page and then he monetized that audience. Fantasy Football MI, my boy Ryan McDermott, made 100 grand last year total and bought his dream car, an AMG in college. If you want these results, I'm not just going to let you in. You have to go through the system. You have to watch the video. You have to apply. After that, I will reach out to you and we will talk. But like I said, I'm only looking for hustlers. If you're not serious, if you're not ready to change your life, don't apply. Don't watch the free training. I don't want to work with you. We have a very close-knit community of 60 guys. But if you think you're ready, if you want to change your life, if you want to stop being a loser and you want to get rich, working 2 to 3 hours a day, talking about sports, literally just clicking buttons on your phone, fill out that application below. Guys, I know I wasn't, very filtered in this video. I know I wasn't the nicest in this video, quote unquote, but I wanted to be real with you. I gave you the reasons why you're poor, and if you want to be rich, now it is time to change it. Stop being lazy. Have an ego that is so large that you will work to achieve it. Fix your thoughts and build self-discipline. That is what you need to do. The way you fix your life is by building self-discipline, keeping those promises to yourself, and having positive thoughts. And these things all go together, right? Because you're not going to have positive thoughts if you don't have self-discipline. And if you don't have positive thoughts, you're not going to have a positive reality. All of these things go together. So if I had to basically explain what I just talked about to a third grader, it means lock in, block out all the noise, block out all the things that aren't helping you, and only do things that are going to improve your future, like your life depends on it, because it literally does. Like I said, I hope you guys found this video informative. Take action. If you want to work with me personally, watch that free training below. Stop being poor. I hope to see some of you guys at the top. Subscribe to the channel. I post every few days, just giving all the advice I have going from 0 to a millionaire at 19 years old. So if you want to see more of that, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.